Now, pro tip, everybody. If you're on Instagram or any other social media platforms looking for weird stories, be sure to Google it to see if it's real, like I did. And sure enough, after I Google it, this story happened to be real. It says an Indiana man who filmed himself raping a 12-year-old gets 76 years in prison after a plea deal. Even a plea deal didn't help this guy. Gee, that's 76 years. He ain't getting out. So anyway, let's begin. It says Indianapolis. An Indianapolis man who filmed himself, who incriminates himself, raping a woman and a woman and a 12-year-old has been sentenced to over 70 years in prison after taking a plea deal. Tishon Gardner, 23, pleaded guilty on Thursday to child molestation and rape. He was subsequently sentenced to 76 years in prison and is now deemed a sexual violent predator under Indiana law. Well, he's going to be violating prison. Here's the culprit right here, man. Damn, that man ain't doing him dirty. Jeez. And look at that mugshot. Gardner's sentence stems from 2024 home invasion in the city's west side that ended with a woman and a child being raped. The sexual assaults were recorded by Gardner himself. Stupid motherfucker, man. Why would you videotape that shit, dog? IMPD was dispatched around 12:45 p.m. on June 29, 2024 to a home on Ellsworth Avenue in reference to a rape that had just occurred. When officers arrived, a woman at the scene told them that she and her 12-year-old daughter had been raped at gunpoint inside the home. Well, you towering over them was enough. You had to have a weapon on you and a camera to force entry on both victims. The woman said that a suspect had knocked on her front door and was wearing an American flag mask. Not a normal ski mask, but American flag mask. The man, later identified as Gardner, then flashed a handgun and told the woman to let him inside. Gardner then raped the woman inside her home. After looking at family pictures on the wall, he asked the woman if anyone else was inside the home, to which the woman said no. Like, if there would have been like men inside the home, I'm sure his ass would have took off. Anyway, Gardner then stopped the sexual assault of the woman and walked down the hallway to a child's bedroom. He then used his cell phone to record himself as he raped both women and a 12-year-old girl. Both the woman and the 12-year-old girl, sorry. Using nearby cameras, police tracked down a blue Ford F-150 linked to Gardner to a home on West 28th Street. Police later arrested him during a traffic stop on West 30th Street and Annette Street. Gardner was later charged in Marion Superior Court 30 with 19 counts of rape, child molestation, and sexual battery. On Thursday, Judge Cynthia Owagen accepted a deal in which he pled guilty to just 2 of those charges. He was then sentenced to 38 years in prison for each. So 38 times 2 equals 76. He done. You know, most men don't last that long anyway, you know, due to wear and tear. So he's 23 years old. He's getting 76 years in prison. And that's a plea bargain, too. If he didn't take a plea, it would have been like 100 years max. I mean, minimum 100 years. The Indiana Coalition to End Sexual Assault and Human Trafficking has numerous resources for survivors that are unavailable here. They're available. They say you can also contact the National Sexual Assault Hotline at 1-800-656-4673. I'm butchering the phone number. I shouldn't even do that, but That's part of what I'm reading. So anyway, this guy is going to prison, and it's not going to be PC either. It's going to be the general population. It's going to be GP. So there ain't going to be no women in there either. It's just going to be men like him. I'm sure he's going to enjoy all those sexual escapades in prison for the rest of his life. I don't know what this guy was thinking, man. Maybe he was mentally ill or something, but that didn't come to play this story. Well, what are these guys thinking? I mean, you ain't good enough to find a girl. To find a girl that you can easily lay the pipe to, without forcing it upon her. You have to go to a random house to force yourself on not only the older woman but the 12-year-old. You sick freak. God damn, dude. Fuck. Man, these brothers here, man. I mean, I guess the thirst is real, especially when you have to bring the toolie with you. So this guy's he's going to enjoy the rest of his life, in the hole. So y'all let me know what you think about this crazy story. Like, share, and subscribe. And thank you for tuning in.